thought you cared about me, Randy.
Darn about you. Do you have any update on Art and Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis will be back. He'll be with us at Missouri. Cameron will stay back.
Has Cameron been practicing?
Yeah, he's been great. We just he'll be with us shortly, but he won't be at Missouri. But he's been terrific and been making steps in the right direction. And so all the guys have. And so, we just gotta, we'll get him back out there shortly. But he's been practicing really well.
When would you guess the first time he would play?
Hopefully no later in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. Okay.
With Hans, I know you said he was close on Sunday.
Yeah, I met with Vic yesterday, and Vic sent we put a schedule together over about the next 30 days. He was ready to play. And then after warm-ups, it just didn't feel great. And so he won't play at Missouri, and he won't play home against Milwaukee. I hope, again, Myrtle Beach is when we look to try to get him some minutes. And he's just kind of got off days and full go days. Yesterday was a full go day. I got to check the calendar as I write up practice right now to see what today is for him.
Do you kind of have an idea who your starting five might be Friday?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any changes. I mean, there's only about 7 or 8 guys, so there just can't be too many changes.
You might have said this when you opened, but I missed it. Is Lewis going to play, or is he just?
No, he'll play. He'll play. He's good. He's good. He's good to go. And excited. He'll throw him out there and throw him into the fire and see what he can do. But he's been good, been in great spirits, and he practiced well yesterday as well. So all those guys are doing right.
Did he and Cameron do the same thing to get suspended or get in your doghouse or whatever it was?
You can say that.
So, okay.
You can say that. I'm not going to talk about it any more than that, but you can say that.
As for Missouri, I guess, how are you guys preparing for that? I know you guys leave tomorrow.
Yeah, there's not a ton of tape on them. Obviously, you got the Kansas game, the exhibition game. They've had 2 close scrimmages, Missouri State and Wisconsin, but you're not able to really get much from those games. They're obviously a lot different than he was at Cal, personnel, style of play. And so, personnel-driven will be a lot of scout-based. Our principles will be a lot of scout-based, and then we'll have a couple things that we need to do to try to limit a couple guys and take advantage of some things.
As for Michael Porter Jr., I guess that's kind of the big name at Missouri.
Yeah.
How are you guys preparing to try and stop him?
I've only seen him. I saw him a little bit hit and miss in the summer. We weren't recruiting him, so I didn't spend a lot of time watching his team play. Obviously, really talented. Got a chance to do some really good things, and obviously a lot of hype there, as a potential top 5 pick. But you got to arrive on the catch. You got to make it tough for him to catch. You got to be physical with him. You got to make him take contested shots, but he can make shots. And he can jump over you and make plays, and he's athletic. And so, good, humble kid. I don't know much about him from that standpoint, but from what I've gathered is really competitive, really humble, and obviously a really good talent.
Do you have anybody that physically that matches up well with him? I mean, he seems obviously he's a top 5 pick for a reason that he's got off the charts measurables.
Yeah, you hope Bab, Tally. I mean, those are 2 guys that come to my mind right away. That just athletic, size, length, that you can put on them. And so we'll try different ways. But they've got more than his brother's a good player too. Jonte's a good player, and Tillman's good. And I like the I may pronounce this wrong, but Perrier. I like Kevin's game a lot. He brings a lot of toughness, and they've got a couple guys. Robertson, the transfer from Canisius, and Barnett can really shoot the basketball, and so they've got more than just Michael Porter, though he's the headline guy.
When you guys kind of hunkered down in the middle of the summer before that July period and figured out what you wanted to do with this recruiting class, is this the ideal? Is this everything that you had pictured?
Well, it was good. Our staff did a great job, but the university did a great job, really, because we were able to get guys here, and Matt's having great success over in football, so the football environments were terrific for weekends, and then the people that they meet with, everybody played a really big part in this class, and that's what makes this place really special. It was good. It's good to get, 4 good high school players in our program as we continue to kind of restock and get more guys in here. But obviously all 4 of those guys were guys we went after hard and wanted, and so it was great. Our guys did it. Players, staff, administrative staff, support staff, alumni, boost. I'm just saying, excuse me, from a standpoint of the atmosphere at the games, you got to watch everything you say now. So I was like, man. So I'm just saying that you can X all that out. I'm just saying that the game atmosphere, Iowa State's atmosphere, all that stuff plays such a big part in that. When they see that, man, look at all these people that are back. Look at the atmosphere. That's huge, and that's why I think you got to really do a great job in the fall recruiting.
Between 2017 and now 2018, does it feel like you have that foundation set now for the future of, you talked about how between Monte and Solomon there was nobody. Does this feel like that?
Yeah, I think so. It's just we got a couple kids sitting out, which is great. Mario and Mike. We've got obviously a lot of kids that will be returning. I like the 3 freshmen we've got out there right now: Cameron, Terrence, and Lindell. And then you add another really good group with Talon and Ty and Zion and George. So we're excited. We're excited. But our focus right now is on these 12 guys. We got to get better this year. And our focus right now is Iowa State and getting ready to get us better, and then getting ready to go play well at Missouri.
How down to the wire did it go for Horton Tucker?
Talking about for signing today?
Well, I mean, in terms of.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Nobody will ever know that. I just know he signed with Iowa State, and I know he's here, and we're really excited, and I think he's got a chance to do some. I said about him, I said he could sign anywhere, I thought, and I would say, man, that's a good pickup. He's a good player. He's got a chance to do some good things and plays for a great high school up in Chicago, and we're excited to get him.
What's been your approach with handling this group in the sense of there's so many sort of moving parts, and there's so much that's unknown?
Oh, man. It's just day to day. There's good days and bad days, and my biggest thing right now is just trying to figure out the best way to give these guys confidence and put them in position to be successful and have fun and not worry about the pressure and the expectations of everything that comes with this. And just focus on getting better. Every day is different, though, and that's why you can't. I'm sit here as we prepare for Missouri, and you're like, man, I wish we had so much more in for the first game, but you can't think like that. You just got to get better at what we've got in right now, and be great at that. And then we'll move on to the next week and move on to the next week, and just understand that it's going to be a growth, a process, of getting better each day. And that's just how teams are built. You start from scratch every year, even if you. A year from now you bring back a lot of guys. You're starting from scratch and building chemistry and togetherness and unity, all that stuff. But it's just a day-to-day process, and you can't get too high, you can't get too low. You got to stay even keel. But that's harder said than done sometimes.
What do you expect from Wigginton on Friday? I mean, it's not like he's starting out little sisters.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. I want to know where we're at. Obviously we weren't great the other night. That's obvious. You could watch that and see. But I want to see how much we've grown up in a week. It's going to be Missouri's first sellout in 4 years since I think Mike Anderson was back there. I was talking to Jimmy Dykes with ESPN the other day and said that's their first sellout. So that's where you want to get tested. You don't want to go play somebody that everybody says you should beat or this or that. At home, see what we're about, see what kind of character we have, see what kind of toughness we have, and see if we can be in a position to win the game as we go down the stretch. But I want him to be aggressive. I want him. The biggest thing I want to see from him, and I talked to him about this yesterday, is when you make a mistake, be it a turnover or a missed shot, are you making up for it on the other end, and then defensively making tough plays. Responding to some adversity when he struggles.
When you watched the tape from Sunday, was it better, worse, the same as your initial?
Same. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. You saw it. You watched it, right?
Well, I didn't know if you saw
Yeah, it wasn't
went
very.
back and
No,
saw
it wasn't
something,
very
right?
good. It wasn't very. It was better than I probably thought in the first half. The first half, actually, to be honest, if we go 9 for 20 from 3 and make 70% of our free throws or 8 for 20, you're probably looking at a little bit different offensively, but you just couldn't get a rhythm going, couldn't make shots. Defensively, we were terrible, just absolutely bad. And so, but that's what we have to be good at. you know, because we've got to score in transition, we got to score in early offense, we got to score off turnovers, we got to get to the free throw line, we got to get second chance points. Those 5 areas right there, we got to really be good at.
You've only got 8 or 9 when Cameron comes back, but do you feel like you've got a lot of tinkering to do in terms of combinations? That there's a lot of options, if not a lot of players, I guess. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and I'd rather have the roster to where if you had 10, then I kind of then you're more settled in. With 7 or 8, it's probably you're tweaking because you got a lot more perimeter than you do front court. You throw Hans and Cameron into the situation, you pretty much set with your front court, you know. And then the only option is, hey, do we need to go small for these 5 minutes? You know, everything else is, you know, set up for you. And so obviously you want to get to that point. We're not there yet, and so we have to just kind of adjust and get these guys better. And you know, biggest thing on the road is just taking care of the ball and not giving them, you know, pick 6 turnovers.
when did you realize